that I have quoted of Honorable Dr. Winsome Annabawi is a member of the Health Committee, and speaking to the press, praised the hospital's initiative to develop health tourism, a move he believes that could bring significant economic benefits. This development could serve as a model for other healthcare facilities. And again, he says one thing that they have started implementing even before the government came up with his manifesto on health tourism, they have started planning it already. And they have already had a blueprint on how they are going to execute their health tourism. Health tourism is something that we all know. It brings billions of dollars to countries. If they are able to start it here, then there will be a center for other facilities to come and emulate this practice and take it back, quote unquote. He further stated that the committee would recommend that the government consider supporting the hospital's funding model and provide ambulances for regional hospitals to facilitate patients' referrals, that is within them. Additionally, the committee that is commended the hospital's efforts and looks forward to incorporating their findings into a report for government action. So the detail is telling us they also visited the family health uh, unit. They visited the dialysis center and the psychiatric department as well. So fi yo wo there yo wenye eya o mepenya sala eyo open pokpo no pete a le no hekale no ale nkude mu be no yi tepe wo ba kpo no yi wo gbro na wa enye no ike edo jijo na ale gbegbe yo gbro han be nu yiwo katã nye kuxiawo mɔkle nu alo mɔxenu be dɔyɔyɔ nana ame yiwo va xɔ dɔyɔyɔ le the whole teaching hospital ma de teƒe wa yewoa akpɔ gbɔ be yewo ƒe nutsotso yi ne yewo ɖo ge yewoa na ame yi de do asi na yewo yewoa na abe committee ena no va decision making yewoa nya nu yiwo yewoa kɔ da ɖe kplɔ dzia yewoa alé ŋku ɖe eŋuti. But some people are not satisfied with what the parliamentary committee, would they cock block. I can say on top of Bedasi, enemy so Bedasi, ta flag shell over Vavamia, on beton de Jessie, be here you get a washroom la menu. Eleke, and Mamma Glenami, who get a filametan Glenami, be here you get a la dile, Effie, a D, F for Halan, what them, and all of those things. Meteon Egblomon, I to akona minya be the last 2 3 4 hospitals you kata you visit up ever fiala ever jeff and be open wo would they go. And one thing you should also note is that the health parliamentary health committee Yowe Elechadim and what happened at the Tamale Teaching Hospital was the unannounced visit by the health minister to the facility. The health minister is not part of them. The committee on toilet chacha hello and we here miame you will eho nu tome la fi e ya muga nu tome pete a me bubo chocho te po vovo wa hodo yo le a whole teaching hospital a no chocho ye chogbo a yenye eya
miawe nya ameyo miabe la mesenya oji pom le parliament abenu ita mi va tepe ado nya be zigedea o vana miagbo abe minana oga gayomi na ehia miati gala yuma akpo be okwe wodo yimi be no ko we ene ko we de nuka we do chuma so smart ami vado mi akpora be koji vovoli mi anovio mi afofo mi ada kata o le komo oji dem mi akpora be nuka enya obo fu de ta flache ekoya jova de nu de sia de da nuka enya obo fu de ne mi akpora be nuka mi awo nu mo ava no bo koji de na hanu mi ko via magbo susumo ta mi va fiaro ko nu yo mi va kpo le ho teaching hospital a enya kpo na mi agboro be o le do vovo wom global guy yo kpo mo le mi de je si be otu a 24-hour pharmacy ike do go me je go fla mi kpo be o zan obo ga ko to dialysis center te pe yo America kidney pe to fu dem na te pe yo yi na o kpo gbo a o zan to ga ko tuye o tu te pe vovo and if you like the kaja kpo na me be CT scan yi ko cover no a oba na yo odo a yo dana ga huma de di plus uba ne nyebe no ogbla yo aze akojira do nui nyina na ika hospital garo mo wo no na ji jiru conver no a do ko zane enu ma da gare kadi na jira do ta hotisi hospital e wo no ma nu da kamiga po le hotisi hospital nyebe obo dola akpaganto yojom e ma ha mi bia o se benu ka ju afi do ha o dem be amagarola ojo ira bloshi kaka me yo lide nu ka o le ji na o dem be yo le hopeto na mo kaka nu ko o ga faje be zigara na be o na ho na jirulu la gadama ala be control na accountant general na deputy garoba account ma kaka o dem ko yim the consolidated fund me doju tama mi do be na mi do ga nya o do no do ga wa ko da o account ma a we be wa ka tan gama aka ka to kona ama yo si ko ma la areko agoba nu yo nya na no yikami de jesi me cha ko jikata wo le net ale on agbale na MTN yika over le accident and emergency center aka kam deji bi va pe en me da pe na MTN but we do kaka Oliver Twist mi ga biaga mo me ne de lo so aka we na konji en me di me zamon kokko me agbona do po bubu ha bano jagba no wa pere mi akoji abecho no mejedo ejedo yano jare jedore wa tan pobo wa deftoto ajega to e di ma zamon kokko ya ni ma adeji fo na koji do lo kata e veto wonu no lawo bo wala nkuro de sia dem ma gobe e ga pomola asogbo awu kakeno lankuro mbe amara ko mo bere to koji le garo trom kon bubu mi abe wa poga ajira koji do mi sa abe Korean government mienya ba wo bona koji butu ga kokore ya hu na mi we azam nyu you want to yi la menwa jidego tale mi za ha anyu na yi tofade nya ga pon ga aga ka tu de tepo buwa akoda mi
Media men. My team has gotten to Volta region. We've gotten to the Volta Regional Hospital in Ho. We met with the staff led by the management. They gave us a brief account of the activities of the hospital. They told us their achievements, their balance of accounts. They've told us about their staff strength. They've told us about developments they want to, infrastructure development that they are carrying out in this hospital. And we also asked them questions about all their challenges, and they've laid them out to us. We decided to go around to look at the facility. And in fact, I would say we are very much impressed. It appears the last 2 hospitals we have been to, even I can say the 4, are doing fairly very well. They have been able to use the meager IGF they are generating to put up very wonderful infrastructure and carry out programs that will bring about improvement in the lives, in the services they deliver to patients in this community and beyond. They have also invested into research. Even last year, they published 21 peer-reviewed articles. That differentiates them from what we call the normal regional hospitals. This is really a teaching hospital, and that is what they should be doing. Their main challenges are human resource, the staff. But we have noted that they are financing 50-something specialists currently in the College of Surgeons and Physicians to graduate and come back and help the facility. They have used their internally generated fund to put up a psychiatric consultant department. They are putting up a 24-hour pharmacy, a very beautiful one. They've built the family health administration with their own IGF. They have used their own IGF to put up a dialysis center for the hospital, and many more. This, we actually applaud them for it. They also have a CT scan that was donated, and when we inquired from them, they are ring-fencing some of the money they are generating for maintenance, which is something other hospitals are not doing, and all the time they want to rely on government. This is a very good example. Before the government came out with its manifesto of health tourism, they have started planning it already, and they have already had a blueprint on how they are going to execute their health tourism. Health tourism is something that we all know. It brings billions of dollars to countries. If they are able to start it here, then there will be a center for other facilities to come and emulate their practice and then take it back. So we say kudos to them, and we hope that all the small things that we have identified and told them, they will correct them. We'll incorporate their challenges into our report and make recommendations and present it to Parliament, and for sure, they'll get the responses from government. One thing we noted that is worth saying is that they are using their money, their own IGF, to pay some things that we think that we will recommend for government to look at it, or else it would reduce their income to be used to maintain the facilities. One other thing that we observe is that they don't also have an ambulance for the hospital specific. So we're also recommending that all regional hospitals, teaching hospitals, should be provided with their own ambulances so that they can refer patients between themselves and other hospitals, or to Accra or to Kumasi. So this is what we have seen. All in all, they are doing a very good job, and we appreciate it.
All right. All in all, they are doing a very good job, and we appreciate it. That's the final words of Honorable Dr. Winsome Anaba, who is a member of the Health Committee of Parliament, and was also part of the team that toured the who teaching hospital and spoke with the media. And so this is it. We also hear from the Chief Executive Officer of the Whole Teaching Hospital, Dr. John Tampori. He has called for the development of a robust policy to guide tertiary health care in Ghana. Speaking before the Health Committee of Parliament during their regional monitoring visit, Dr. Tampori emphasized the need for a clear definition of tertiary health care to inform infrastructure, equipment, and human resource requirements. According to Dr. Tampori, a well-defined policy will enable effective management and development of tertiary healthcare facilities. This would ensure that these institutions are equipped to provide high-quality specialized care to patients. The CEO highlights the importance of a comprehensive policy framework in shaping the future of tertiary healthcare in Ghana. Tayenye, the part of the Chief Executive Officer of the hospital. But we're coming down to the committee. They being impressed with the Whole Teaching Hospital, and many says that these people have not done any good job. They haven't helped the facility with their comments. It will not benefit the facility in the sense that they have already praised it and are satisfied with what they are doing. Meanwhile, those who uses the facility, those who frequent the facility, are not okay with the comments from the committee. Are you also okay with the comment from the committee? Committee penu fofo le penu pokpo nu tepo wakpo eya ko tepe kpo ochele. Akenu me de ka vedo ga yi eji na yowe akude do fie pe do wo wonti eyike wo de nu me na ovo eye wo chale do pepa pa yi wo wa chale bre nu me de yi wo via va lo pe gbagba bia ovo megbe a okpo jijo le do fie pe do wo wonti. Hey, mi anto mi se nu enye ku hia tututu a okude human resource penya wo wonti ekude ope mlo penya wo wonti eye okude ega penya de ka vede wo ha wo wonti ike mi eselegbeda sia wo me. Like generally more by you no expecting something else from the committee. The committee epedo la met de blebo and they should be dissolved. Ela bedo ko vaku va kukede enkume na Ghana view viento ameyo le honu to me hezana teaching hospital abe ofe doyo phone da na wa nyua na wa dissolve committee eye amerocho gblebe enya ya alonu ike gblom yo le yo ameyo kpolo na yo fe dono yi na de konji alo yo ameyo va srana dono kpolo koji alo ame wento ike va hodo yo chobe nu yo tepe committee heva kpode do to vovo na yewa alo facility bubu yo dicha kpoyi eyikebe ele yo kwesebe criticism mava ele yike wa fonu koto do fe tututu fe do wa yo mesenya mape de ko ke bon abota fofo ko ye vana do fe le wento wonu popo nu ple nu yo tepe ne kpona kple yi ne se me kwese ba fe committee ava eno ne mokpokpo mebe enya de adogo ni menya nyaka eno mokpokpo me na bene dogo ya ka ke yi ke wo vavo wo fe chadi divo nu ite pe wo kpo be enu kpokple nko me de jogbe hu alole no nya gblo yi ta ye ke yo va kpo enye ya wo de gblo ale wo fe chadi divo me gbe Eyike wo hane no kpokpom le dɔwɔƒea aƒe medie nu o efɔ nu kɔtɔ ne gbesia gbegbede do to vovo na yike yɔ gblɔa alo ale yike yɔ nyakpɔe koa ne nɔsi bie ne wakɔ nutsotsoa kɔɖo ɖa ge ne hahia yiwo ahia le akpa yiwo de dzesi be kuxiwo le abe woƒe dɔwɔla woƒe agbɔsɔsɔ alo hadede ɖe ekɔndzi kpakple ale yike alɔdodo waga ava tso alɔdolo habɔbɔ vovovoawo gbɔ atu dɔyɔƒe kɔkpe yie le be kɔdzi na tɔ keke ta amewo akpɔ numlɔƒe amewo na so amewo ne wa awɔ dɔ ne wakɔ awɔ dɔ nugodo deƒewo ataflatse aɖuɖɔɖɔƒewo yiwo katã miedena nitsɔ ko mi nɔ fi before the committee mi nɔ discussion have concerning the Tamale Teaching Hospital ya me ɖe yɔ abo yi be akɔ nya ɖe da ɖe mia gbɔ lo enumake enu ya me zɔ nyui ɖe mi ƒo nu kple nyanuɖela na dɔwɔƒea ya hã eɖe ɖeka eve ɖewo me na me ku ɖe dzadze nyenye ƒe nyawo ŋuti le dɔyɔƒea me fifia ye ke ŋku yiwo wole tsatsam hele nuteƒe kpɔma yiwo hã wo ge ɖe mia dzi ame ɖewo xɔ ese be nenye be ɖewo va kakla nana manɔmetɔ ya ebi woava kpɔ ŋɖewo yiwo wo mekpɔ eya ta le ɣeyiɣi bubua ne woava ne magakla ame ɖeke be yewo gbɔna elabe woava kɔ ŋɖewo da ɖe teƒe ɖewo kple susu be ne woakɔ cover up meanwhile mi ge ɖe one of the wards nye fi vife nɔ nɔna kple funɔwo nɔna míaƒe nyaselawo wo gblɔe na wo be nu yi enye kuxia ko gblɔe na mi nu yi tututu enye kuxi le woƒe ward ya me ɖe in charge ko abe ne gblɔe na yiwo akpɔ be yi ke wova woƒe taɖodzi nye be dɔwɔƒea yi ke nye the teaching hospital ne tsi na yewo nu yi tu enye woƒe kuxi be ne yewo gbugbɔ trɔ yi ɖe ge ɖe ne yewoa anya le yi ke yewoa ana nutsotsoku ɖe wo ŋuti be ne ɖoɖo ɖe wɔwɔwo anɔ edzi hena lɔdodo vevientɔ alɔ ko hiã be woado wa ne yewoa ataŋkɔ ƒe kuxiwo ada ɖe sewɔtakpeƒea me eye alɔdodo le game nyuietɔ dzia ne wòa aɖo gbɔwo ele yi wokɔ va enye eyia eyi ke ne se vɔa meka ɖe dzi be edo dzidzɔ na o abe Whole Teaching Hospital ame kpɔ kpɔtsotso gbogbo ɖeke le ŋuti eye wa míaƒe ŋkɔ ava ɖi le ame bubuwo gbɔ abe mi womele dɔ nyui wɔ le afi o mexɔe se be enye nu yi ke edo dzidzɔ na wo nyasela yi ke yi afi ma heva xɔa dɔyɔyɔ ne tsɔ kpe ɖe wo aɖe le asi o ate ŋu ayɔ mi faa abe madzidzi wa míayi ɖe míaƒe wɔna akpa evelia yenye ŋkulele ɖe míaƒe lãmesemenyawo ŋuti ne míetso le afi ma wɔna mamlɛawo yiwo katã wole mia sia woaɖo mia gbɔ. Are you also impressed with the work of the Whole Teaching Hospital? Míaƒe Whole Teaching Hospital ƒe dɔwɔwɔ ɖe wodo dzidzɔ na wo hã abe ale yi ke committee henɔ impressed about woƒe nuwɔwɔwoa alo enya bubu aɖe ele asi o adzi be yeakɔ akɔ kpe wòanye ŋkuɖoɖo dzi na committee be ne woagbugbɔ agatrɔ va faa ɣeyiɣi bubu ne nu yi enye nu yi ke yi be ne woalé ŋku ɖe vevia ne woava lé ŋku ɖe ŋuti ta ne dɔwɔwɔwo le míaƒe dɔyɔƒe gã lamugãtɔ me edze nu o kɔkɔ kpe ɖe ame yiwo ɖi tsa va yewo tsɔ ƒe nukpɔkpɔ nu be dɔ ke wɔwo le ɖe edo dzidzɔ na yewo eye woƒo tsi bɔta na dɔwɔƒea na ma ase ŋkɔ ate ŋu ama kple mi faa to míaƒe kaƒo dzesi yɔ nye 0203 766 500 0203 766 500 kpakple 0247 900 764 ale yi ke wo hã ne kpɔe ate ŋu ana ne mia ase ŋkɔ. Hello, good morning.
Sisadito.
Yes.
Aguaje. Awele dɔdzi miawo dɔ wɔm na mi.
Miawo hã.
Wọ́n ele abe míawo dumeviwo teƒe wọ́n ede teƒea. Eye hã meka dzi be ele ŋku ɖe ŋu. Esi geɖe mi na ɣli ɖo do ŋutsu teƒe ma be abawo kple emɔvi ke ne wosu be taflatsi ame ɖe ƒe lãme gblẽ woakɔ ɖe eme kekevia me akɔ yi ɖe dɔnɔdzikpɔlawo gbɔ mina ɣli do ŋku ɖe wɔna amewo katã nu le ŋutɔ ƒe tsadidi me yi ɖe fi ma ɖe numɔ pete wole teƒea ala bagli mo mi na do du mi nyama ala fa fi de ali mo mi do na nyama tanu so committee ava sisia ava be yo va pon jeje lo fo donga kan ga de wo mo le tafo ni mo le tafo mo de ho ani nya loko o mu gbe ko fu gbaji a me mi da pe na bo wo we va wo do ka kanu ga bona so ada abaleke du mo jiro gbo mo ne de o mo ga kla wa fi no va ala ba si gede mi se na ntutu nto na ofa mo aje nyon wala ha ko ntutu ganda ve e ba ka jiba wo ntutu ma ha fo do ni ta do yo fere ele fa fi de ne mi ya me bi me ka ko do aka ko gbo mi to ke temle nyaji a ni de tafu Muhammadu ro kuna shi temle mo viji phone oji do no me no ba sam yeta yo be yo nya ba pe ma makaji bo gbe na wo gbo ma ha na kaka ma ga da pa ke ga ji ko ko do me le do fa no ga tuji na ma ga ka no ga nan kula mu ba jiba le ga mo kata go ma ma de ka ga da ka mu ga na o do na mi akola ma selo akpa
yo akpe obe babia yo le vavam do megbe na nuchocho yi me hocho committee egboji bi ava asogbo o haleke olele ogbo kude committee fenu chocho yi me ehede godongo bale yitepe wonto chene kpona hello good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Davi enyo.
Saji jo leke fona ma.
E fona sese no chede.
Oh, chema foto sende.
Akpena mao.
Mi awale doji.
Mi awale todom.
Yo. Enu ya ukofia enye na neke nya mero ni pona no otefo gede. Ekwa nya teponya onye be mele be ne be ubona wa akala be yo bona. Le kwa mere de don sometimes mele be na clear. La vadi de ko na kpora be do dasike deside ele wa de do donwa. Ebe de dasina ya kran be igbo do ma yin me jira ho me do me jira do aba do. Le kran be igbo ma gba me jira do ga tutu nyire aba. Take customers so wa complain bera e do afike ke dare do wa pela mele do wa nyiro. Take we clear fala ko be o e wa ne sere nyire. Mene ne maulo no bo mele be no kala o. Mi se daga bi to achinyare ha menye bo kwa bota na ole nu ya okata facility o pen enu yo abachi alo the for dajira do unde ba bia be do wala wede yo ha ole fo do da si o wa nyira be meso abenu kewa tata no ko do no fa edefu ta fa se menye be nya fe do no jipola o po wa na nya be do mai domata over tefe ma wedo ele fude no poro ha gbo be o lo fe do da si o wa Messi dore yo do do ku chocho sa fo fe do onye tane kpo ne ma lo kpo me de si bia ele be ne wan be na vara me ba no mobile phone ji po ele be no kpo tefe ma ha be de o le wa nwera ape ne o le doji
yo davienyo akpe we ever me ape yapanaje denu je dodo me elolo hangbo we me kwese be eyike me megedo mi se be committee ekbona anu yi mi jibe yo was ya amero be menye ya yo sel wo ha leke olele ogbo nu yi ne jibe asede ye ne secho agbada si pole nu chocho yi mena kude do fe wunti a enye edanye do yo nana general o to fenya relationship patient healthcare providers relationship lo alo jaje nyenye fenya echi fenya miape ngodo de pesa se fenya pete le konji yike committee heva what was their focus abale yike o yide tefe bubu o enem nu itepe over kpoa yenye be eje yonu nu itepe over kpoa enyo aye obe ne wa ayi de wo fe dowo wo ji kemi amegedo mi kwese be enu yi chocho yi ke wona medifo na yo do committee me wo do nwiro kata pe mi agbo be committee me wo fe do nwiro just because be o me criticize facility kaka aka o me ko efobubu ko na o lo fe do gbogbo zanwota ni akwese be committee me wo yi fe do gban o da for over eyi ko gbele over eye no yo be yo ava wa over we ye no itepo be yo kpo a yenye ma wo gbolo susu de tai wo vado eyo kata honam yenya legbeda si yo hemefo dongo hafi hepuka pogba obe wo ha na ama wo susu kokpele mi ta yenye ma yenye eno wo na mi ape to ike the Parliament Committee on Health hewa le consider yiva yime eye consider ye ya me ike mi gagedwa eyo le mi ape agban le sosro no fa fia nya oji kpoma yo ha wa je wo to gome le egbe nkeke aji eye mi ape suku yiwo no domia toji ga kema do nkuji na we suku yiwa yia enye the Evangelical Presbyterian University College enye doku isi university aloso kuko ko dumitore ka wa get afima mi ape suku abe Mauli wa aide Mauli School wa ga yusuku abe Bishop Herman etanen keke onya leji mkwa mana mi manya the activities you was on the 30th of this month wa ba di anyi de mi ape no to mele afi opedo wa awu no le mepe nkeke efeliaji mi ape nya selao mi da kpede mi ape tododo wota lele ike wo gale ike tepe wo hane va ekpo a fa mi ape kapojesio o level vumdi bele susube atanwana minchocho anytime you visited the facility you know you here be do aja ne wa anya kwa mia awo mendo mia dede mia gbo but that see the agede mia gbo la fi kenyebe I'm impressed with the committee's work. Having worked in the facility, I know the committee only adequately assessed the hospital's infrastructure. Did they engage the staff and patients to understand their concerns? Their work appears superficial, addressing only cosmetic issues rather than meaningful problems. I estimate their efforts at 30%. The committee's approach seems politically motivated, focusing on appearances rather than substance. Their recommendations shouldn't be taken seriously. In my opinion, they did a lazy job. Whoa. Interesting. Okay, so let's be video you can let todo fenyu fofodwa and I'm like le mamada la fajia ne ona imonu popo bene ya amako alo anawe jesi mamada la faji blight tonko ya now ela be wa be ba je fan be infrastructure fe nu ko vale nko don ve vie okay otan ja agba be randomly you are pick staffs do ko patients do ko afonu na wa ta flache open patient your engagement kata just was just a kakanegi word of encouragement to some of the patients that a higher abubotroide afeme, you know, that kind of sympathy message you share with them to empathize with them but to say from what happened that they engaged staffs like randomly Abiagbea. What they did actually a few staffs that Mekwabo Biagbea. One of it was was he a doctor or a nurse was with his computer and after that facility I to be too direct if I mention the name of the ward and he was engaged and so the only thing one of the MPs said was Master, how are you? Good afternoon. You're hardworking, pa. Just because you're sitting beside his laptop and was pressing. It seems to him that he's a hardworking staff at the whole teaching hospital. But to say that Miva a facility at all, like just either any of our tourist sites, a tour guide there and no miango. No for Nuvo Mia Biagbe and all of that. Yeah, to after the tour guide and CEO of the facility, Hepo Nuvola. The next one was a few questioning. You hear a few questioning and hey UG Vola. They went to the facility, but to engage patients to find out whether indeed the services you go render now le fide eje wonwa nuka wo hosebe no what to do. That did not happen. They went far to Trafalgar and Nest also to visit the facility and had a chit chat, tete-a-tete among themselves, and it ended there. Frankly, if you ask me as an individual who was present at the tour, I was not impressed. I also not impressed. I wasn't at all impressed with the level of assessment. I was not. But I just don't want to come this morning to chastise them so much. I want to hear from you. But if you asked me, how I was so hopeful, your anticipations were so high, like assessment will be done. I'm just telling my story as a witness of what I have seen there as well. So, this committee, another time, man, you be wasting of the taxpayers' money. After all, one thing we would praise them for is the fact that they were not in their V8. They were not in their V8. At least they had a bus. Okay, miawe dobe me met line a V8 o kogu minamyo kake still to kope gae o gagwa me labe o blon amedro jepe mi pondu ji na o pele no via o ape wo wa wo pe edo ike ele wo si bene wa wo. Some of these things shouldn't just be the normal thing that we see around. Obe mi va o to ta ya mi re to pe mi va cha mi cha obe mi phone na jojo do wala o le gbe bia mi ya mi phone mi de nyame na so it end some of these things we should take steps further in the interest of Ghanaians. In whose interest over facilities? Is it in the interest of the ruling government? Even if it is in the interest of the ruling government, one thing citizens would expect to improve upon healthcare in the country. I mean, you tell the story as it is, the reality on the ground. You have done extensive work by further engaging people. Let me survey on the corridors. Anyone you meet, you ask, are you a staff? Are you a patient? Eka, Nukai, what do you do? Okay, what time did you report at work? What is your, you look into the books, even the attendance, and what some of these things. But all of that were not done. The education committee, Hewa Vala, we expect that they will do more than what the health committee has done. All right, so that is it for this segment. We'll end it here. But again, if you have anything to share with us, also not satisfied with their monitoring, you can share with us 0203766500. We expect more. I, for one, I expect more from any of our select committees that will talk. Hey, you get the local government committee, have the Zoom line talk when you chua. Mr. Yochope Enufofo, I can me le mokpokpo mebe lengogbe yi inua. Are they going to support or they are not going to support? But they stated clearly, be yiwai apo nuchocho be doike of Zoom Lion le ne wawe ayi eji. We're also hearing something from the YEA concerning the renewing of the contract with Zoom Lion. Tami akpobe a committee opete opakpaji as o form wevola opete o le chacham le ope do da si o gbokpom. You work out VA. So as far as a doa kamia chela muganto menova no bona mia na mia nyanova a doyova wokwa mia ada wuche de mia gbo ne mia ase ta mia da pede mia pe toruduta eye mie ahodo mechochokpo evi de la fi ne mie trogbo mava aide wona akpa velia jinami.
Therefore, what's a mosquito spray and in the coil? I'm just why the dead.
temperature. We've had the assessment being made by the health committee touring the whole teaching hospital last Friday. And we have more of the happenings around the country to share with you this morning. It's the current affairs program on radio, and it's all about developments that are geared towards national development. Hisense Kitchen promo is on and is starting today, ending on the 8th of May. It's Hisense refrigerator promo where you have to upgrade to Hisense refrigeration today, where innovation means efficiency for a fresher, smarter home. Looking for a refrigerator that keeps your food fresher for long while saving energy, then Hisense is here. It is the only brand in Ghana approved under the new high energy efficiency standard. This only means lower electricity bills, reliable cooling, and top tier innovation designed for your home. From sleek single door options to spacious side by side and cross door designs, we have the perfect refrigerator to match your style. Hisense everyday prices for everyday people. Call 0302 2550 000 0302 550 000. Whether you are stocking up on fresh produce, chilling drinks, or preserving leftovers, Hisense ensures consistent cooling and long-lasting freshness every day. And here we have with Ezraval Electricals, all electrical needs are sorted. They help you with all your electrical products, sell varieties of ceiling fans and air conditioners. That is from the various brands. They have solar street lights, rechargeable floodlights, main switch floodlights, and LED lights, extension cords, fluorescent tubes. The main distributors of RR cables. Ezraval Electrical is the home of everything electrical. We are located at Hope Bankway Access Bank at Civic Center, right opposite Home Builders. You can call Ezraval's Electrical on 0249 707 041. 0249 707 041. All right, so it's time now to take you to the portals, the papers, and share with you what they are saying. It's been a long weekend, not because we started on Friday, but it's been a long one with all the happenings from the Ministry of Finance to the other sectors of the country. The NPP is in the news. They are dominating the news from the weekend till now, because the vice president, who also run as the flag bearer for the New Patriotic Party in the 2024 election, is touring the country, and he has been saying a whole lot of things, and also that of the Chief Justice, the suspension, the establishment of the prima facie, and the other issues surrounding her suspension. A lot of it we have to share with you this morning on the show. Stay on as we bring you this and more. Yeah, Frank and Walter. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good
How are
morning.
you this morning?
I'm doing well.
Okay,
I hope you're fine too.
I'm fine. I'm looking good.
Thank God for that. Okay, so we'll have the papers if they are ready, and also share the portals with our listeners this morning. We're back from the weekend, and there's a lot for us to discuss.
Yep. And we say good morning to our cherished listeners. Those of you watching us on Facebook and on radio, we say good morning. Welcome to a good week full of blessings, good energy, positive, good news as well. Thank you very much. So let me send you to the newspapers. First one is the Daily Guide newspaper. It's reporting election 2024. E-Levy haircut cathedral contributed to our defeat. That's coming from the flag bearer. We don't know whether it's the flag bearer, but Dr. Baumia, former vice president, has been, revealing this whole stuff in a conference that they were going to. I'm talking about the thank you tour. So I'm sure this is part of the committee report that was released some time ago. So haircut E-Levy Cathedral contributed to our defeat, and also Nungwa family sues Zoom Lion subsidiary chief. MPP others to protect Tokunu's suspension on May 5th, and also Otumfor start Boku peace talk this Tuesday. So we'll be waiting for that. We hope that something come out of that peace talk. And also the publisher newspaper is reporting that arrogance cost of living sank MPP Baumia, still reporting the same story. And also 4 parties to demonstrate against CJ suspension. And of course, we are hearing some parties coming up that they have not been informed at all about the demonstration, so they should take them out of the conversation. All right, Afeku fires up Tescon to lead MPP's comeback. And also the publisher is reporting that huge attendance at second Ofi Market Day. Let me just give you this quick one before Frank comes in. Daily Graphic is reporting Baku conflict is national wound. Let's treat it with urgency. That's coming from UAE Chancellor. And also 50,000 teachers receive promotions. And that's on the Daily Graphic newspaper. And also Japan urges amnesty for former party members. He's talking about before peace can prevail or unity can come back to the MPP, all suspended individuals should be brought back. In fact, I'm sure that Alan should also be called back if that will be possible for them to build a formidable party. IMF chief praises Ghana's latest economic reform efforts, and that is on the Daily Guide, Daily Graphic newspaper. All right, so let me take you to the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Is also reporting framework out soon. President Mahama, and that's got talking about localizing natural resources, exploration management, localizing natural resources, exploration management, and they say framework will be out soon, and that is on the Ghanaian Times newspaper. If you want to know about that, maybe you should grab that paper and read more. Great amnesty to dismissed aggrieved MPP members. That is coming in from Ken, Japan. Ghana to issue flecked licenses by June 30th. That's first in Africa. Lance Minister is encouraging Ghanaians to wait and anticipate for this massive change. Soldiers allegedly opened fire on mourners, killing 1, injuring 3 others. We were asking last time that what really caused this. So information coming out is that these guys were using or wearing military uniform, which, according to the military standard, you are not supposed to wear any other military uniform unless you are a military man. And so these people violated that act. We have to find out whether the law also permits that. There's a law talk about military civilians not wearing military uniform. What code does it break? Let's come to understanding about that, so we have a very good framework with that. And the publisher still reported that Baumia blames 2024 defeat on Akufo-Addo's cathedral and arrogance of power. And somebody will say that he's trying to disassociate himself from Akufo-Addo and carve a new path for himself. But still, the question will be that you are still with Akufo-Addo before all this thing happened. Why didn't you solve it? Now you're complaining, blaming your boss. This is interesting time ahead. Publishers still reporting 56%, 56% Ghanaians will support coup d'etat. 56% of Ghanaians will support coup d'etat. And the paper didn't give us details on whether it is a poll or it's an assumption. Political parties to protect Chief
It's a
Justice.
poll.
56% Ghanaians will support coup d'etat.
It's a pool.
It's a poll, eh? All right, okay. So, political parties to protect Chief Justice suspension on Monday 5th. I told you earlier on, some parties have said they have not gotten any information as to whether they will be part of the demonstration. The New Crusader Guide says GBA passes a resolution to call on President to revoke the suspension of the Chief Justice. And as you all know, Article 146 is still standing. The President, according to law, is following what the Constitution says in Article 146. It's either you come and then challenge the article in the Constitution, and let's stop making political comments. All right, so Baumia vindicates Honorable Eugene Boachi Entry, cautionary voice. And also here, political parties set to protest May 5th, where and our polling station executive and grassroots are our greatest asset. I thank them. That's coming from Baumia. We are expecting that maybe you'll be here in the Volta region very soon. And the Daily Statesman, that should be the last paper here. Ofi Market records success in second edition. GBA president demand public hearing for CJ case. All right, and they have not said that the president has violated. So we just want to hear all those stuff. We'll deal with our mistakes. Baumia acknowledges sentiments of NPP supporters on the 2024 defeat. Political parties to protest against CJ suspension, job termination, and that is on the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Okay, quickly, let me take you to the Herald Online. Herald Online says, for some time, the Herald had been looking into the military activities for some time. In the past, they reported about on 5 bulletproof Land Cruisers that have been, that some ex-office CDS wanted to take home, and also about the food for the military. Now they are on another mission. They say Nitiwul spent $58.8 million on Soviet scrap armored vehicle. That put Ghanaian soldiers in danger. So let me take you the detail. Investigation by the Herald has uncovered more troubling details surrounding the Ghana Armed Forces' recent acquisition of 20 aging armored vehicles. Military insiders describe these vehicles as death trap, posing a serious risk to the life of Ghanaian soldiers deployed on international peacekeeping mission. The vehicles BTR-70 8x8 wheeled armored personnel carriers APC, originally manufactured in 1972 by the former Soviet Union, were sourced from Azerbaijan and supplied by Mensa Double ST Limited at a reported cost of $440,000 each, totaling $8.8 million. Technical reports and confidential military documents obtained by the Herald reveal that the APC is now over 50 years old. That's the issue on Herald front page. Then Marietta Brew pledges visionary leadership as new chair of UG governing body. Then ACAF trained journalists on academic freedom. And the last story on Herald here says President Mahama swears in new military high command. That is on the Herald front page. Let me quickly take you to My Joy Online. My Joy Online is busy reporting a lot of the issue, also military related. So a story here says support for military intervention grows among Ghanaians. That is Afrobarometer reveals. Then, sorry, a minute. Sorry. Technology wants to disappoint me this morning. If you have something, then please come on.
All right, so City Newsroom, we have a lot also of some of the stories that the papers have reported already on. They have some headlines and others. Asante resumes Boko conflict mediation today. We wish them a fruitful discussion. Mahama to launch a Jumeirah program today. Government a sixth treasury bill target by 550 million Ghana cedis. ACG committed to reliable power supply despite equipment issues. That's from Mayuku. Fire destroys a textile shop at La Paz Market. Owner hospitalized. And that video was a very disturbing one for us. And NPP only engaged in legal sophistry and CJ removal process. That is from Amaliba. Baumia blaming everyone but himself for NPP's defeat. Omani Boama is saying. And blaming others for NPP's defeat is not accountability. Palgrave Boachi Dankwa to Baumia. And we have Unifying Spirit moved Baumia to invite former rivals. Kodia says. Ofosu Dote urges anti-money laundering training for lawyers, and more Ghanaians endorse military intervention if elected leaders abuse power. And that's from a report. And we have something on inflation. Inflation expected to ease further in April, and that is also a report we have here. Over the weekend, the Pope was laid to rest. List of popes buried at Basilica where Pope Francis asked to be buried. So the list of the popes are there. Then the images of Pope Francis's tomb released, and the finance minister is also somewhere with the IMF. The IMF boss here commending him. That is the finance minister to forcing for strong commitment to economic reforms. So these are the headlines here on City Newsroom. And let's look at inflation. I'm sure you'll be interested to know what will be the contributing factors for us to expect inflation to ease further in April. Market analysts are forecasting a further slowdown in Ghana's inflation for April, projecting it to ease to 21.8% year on year, driven by relatively stable palm prices and a steadier cedi. This follows the moderation in March inflation to 22.4%. A report by Data Bank Research anticipates that the disinflation trend will persist, supported largely by improved food supply dynamics. However, on the broader outlook, the report warns that sustaining this downward momentum will hinge on monetary policy decision. It cautions that any premature interest rate cut, particularly at the upcoming May 2025 meeting, could reverse the gains, despite the policy rate having been raised to 28% in March. Okay, so that is it, the projection or the forecast from market analysts for April for us to see or experience a further ease in inflation, and it should also be a reflection in our pockets. Sure. That is the only way Ghanaians will largely accept that there has been some further decline in inflation. So that will be it for now with a detail from City Newsroom.
All right, so let me give you some detail here concerning the CJ removal. And also, this is reported by MyJoyOnline.com concerning Justin Kodio allegation about the plot to give Mahama a third term presidential third term. So the General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, Justin Frimpong Kodia, has hinted that the pending removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Tokuno is linked to alleged Tokonu. Well, is linked to alleged plan to enable President John Dramani Mahama to contest for a third presidential term. He says discussion around this matter are already circulating and will soon become public knowledge. So he was speaking at Peace FM, and he explained that the argument revolves around Article 66, Clause 2 of the Constitution, with some individuals allegedly planning to interpret it in a way that suggests that the two-term limit applies only to 2 successive terms. And in fact, this is such interesting story. I'm not sure the CJ can do anything about extending the office term of the president. It's the Constitution that is supposed to be amended, and that will be done in Parliament. So if the Constitution is being amended, that is where it will be applied. But the CJ doesn't have any authority to extend presidential term.
It can't be a sole decision from the CJ.
Yes, that's the point I'm making. It can never be. So whatever he's coming out with this plan of a CJ, new CJ coming in to change certain things, I don't think he should. I think he should come back again. All right.
Let me take you to my journal line. ECG encourage Ghanaians to report power outages promptly. So everybody must become a reporter when your light goes off. And some of the details goes out. The General Manager of External Communication of the ECG, Charles Ni Aiku, has urged customers experiencing power outages to promptly report the issue to enable swift intervention. His appeal followed a surge on complaints across the country, particularly in Accra, where residents has been grappling with erratic power supply, commonly known as Dumso. So he apologized for the intervention. He apologized for the inconvenience caused and explained that not all faults are immediately detected by the company's monitoring system. Quote, I do apologize for the challenges some of our customers are experiencing. With some of our system, you will have to call our district office and helpline for us to do the restoration of power for you, he said.
Okay, so if I think yesterday it was relatively stable, and let's say it when it's relatively stable. I'm using the word relatively stable, so that you not take me out of context. If it stabilizes in a way, still let us know. Okay, let's always not be reporting the fact that we are experiencing low voltage. That is the low current we'll be talking about. Our lights goes off when it's 9 o'clock or when it's 8:30 or 10, and after 10 before our fan starts working and all of that. Now a draw hair wa video hedge video nkeke verebo o academic kwa miga nane minya menye kuhia o koe ai manami ne kuhio via. We always quick to talk about it. Like na mo wanu nwe ya mmeten F1 no le no apocha bota na global o eke ya nkeke veke ya ECG wa be me wa do academic atami ejo. But go ahead to report anytime there are issues. And who do you report to? People say those helpline, they do call it, and yet nobody answers their call. And you can just send us a message to any of our office line here, and we'll forward that message to them to help you forward the message to them. But they still need this technological era that we find ourselves in. They should have a system that will prompt them all of the time when there is a power outage somewhere. And then Amiomatan reach out to them. We know their engineers cannot be everywhere at every time. That will also be a burden on the public purse. Okay, they make sure the system they let you see that will be prompting them. Then you be jochi la feed no one ya. Then you be pull the light the omelesis la feed. You should have a system. It's possible, right? It's possible. So I mean, let's also then go kufu side kwa. Na yo channel work me.
2 days, Gimila. It's just 2 days. We want something sustainable, maybe praise or new there. if
But 2
you
days,
give
bring
us
it all year,
2
Mawa.
days go
Nebe, are
make
you
us
saying
see
we should
fridge
praise
go
them
fridge ekagbelela.
for giving
No,
I
us
don't
light
think
for
I'm
that-
2
not
days?
saying
I don't
praise
say
them. I'm
that
saying
we
let
should.
us know. Let's hear it also that for 2 days it has stabilized.
Mm-hmm.
Then if another 2 days gavane there is an issue la.
Before we talk
Another
about
2 days gava
we
organami issue. Because all about if there are issues, let them know. You matter.
It's not as if they don't know, they know.
Onya fe
Ijo,
gale
we
gbogbo,
are
mi na
paying,
yonya.
Ijo, this is a service they are providing for us at a cost. We are not begging them for the services.
Therefore.
So they should provide the quality service.
Okay.
Do you know that their tagline? So if something that will even trigger the regional minister to go to that office upon the letter he wrote. Letter.
Like I reply.
So providing power for 2 days, it's not even a stable power. I should praise them. I will not.
It's relatively stable. Let us know, but at least in Kekefekela. Then whatever they are doing, it can be for these past 2 days. Ejua oje abela medo gbobe omega ko ejue ga ko ever halfway ola. No one no a line no one more of me omega more.
Okay, so let me give you a report. I understand that yesterday Ejo Chile who West no to me. Ejo Chile Fimiewe for more than an hour.
So let's assume the engineers or the office says they are not aware.
But they have system to monitor. You know the reply the PR always give us be nen monya joko menye you bacho greco. If you managing director check Benka, it's not they are localized faults. They are localized fault. Who should we hold accountable now?
So if they are localized for that, I'm going to prompt you. Hello. So I don't see any. It's not a big deal.
Even when
it's
the
a big
the
deal,
low
especially
current,
when we are paying for it.
When the low current has been happening, we do not receive any statement from ECG to inform their customers that this is what we should be experiencing for this period of time. No information, and when our gadgets also get spoiled, no apology.
Yes.
Do you get it? So and now when you stabilize 2 days, we should go about saying that you have done well.
There's
a lot of,
the influx of these flyers, maintenance here, maintenance there, everyday maintenance. Meanwhile, we are not seeing the ripple effect. Ever nabe meneshoba monuga po flyer, kramega bonaju. You know the last maintenance hochi light for the whole day.
No, it's only 8 hours.
Yeah, it was almost 8 man hour. You know how much is lost? That thing take people by surprise because sure I'm a giddy take flyer into consideration. Because and besides maintenance, every day flyer is coming. If I'm not mistaken, they got a magic board. So we are calling on them. We are paying for it. They are not giving us for free. We are paying for it. They should just give us what we are paying for. We feel like credit card never prepaid never have like
It's just problem. It's a lot. Many of them are trained now. But they'll tell you that they are distributors. So with the suggestion from the regional minister, the two company, Great Coke, ECG, no have press conference, a joint one. No, they are not interested in that one.
No.
To explain to us what the issues are. Distributor and challenges. Supplier and challenges. Enough power supplier for distributor, enough power distributor. Blame game. I will not take the blame entirely. I don't want to say it's their fault. So whose fault is it? If ECG doesn't want to say that it is it's blaming Gridco for the problem. Maybe I quite bapete in a Gridco never say what you know because on top they are like twins. You have big brother, play sister, so you. Tane opetole do wala si asime. Eya medeke mejibe ya ole covering up na ono nwewa. Then mademi asisi eweju mi awanye safra we for mi o hiana jo be mi akowado ano me babe they are also experiencing it in their homes as which nanambe they are also experiencing it in their homes and ECG will tell you if the light goes off la egabuna na yewoza me who sebe what they can do so be joya wa stabilize it once and for all. Once and for all was stabilize and when I mean because the 22nd April outage maintenance plan maintenance a whole year for 8 solid hours. It came was Monday, which was rather a holiday. Wa the unyano kwa that 21st boom because we were home. Me me dom wa ko dog be me bu bova dom evo yo onami ba bu no dom e kwa ya me hu hechojo de. At the end of the day, we expected be a junior ono wa a chokra hela be when the regional minister asked be after the 22nd April day. Doesn't mean that we are not going to be faced with the low voltages and outages. He told us that you are sure that that will be a solution, and here we are again. And so whatever they can do, both suppliers and then the distributors, no all collaborate. Now we need it. We are paying. Okay, now may you le homele jofe hemwa. No jagbano he jofe. So when we are conversing, conversations you have you know as citizens and not spectators, and those illegal connectors. Obene a reporter made a connected Joe illegally. Yeah, what the one lame or no better for no buga, a percentage will go for you. So if you also want to chop some cool money from me,
I have a report to it. Then again, let me take you to another blame game area. Pelgrave Boachi Dankwa is a lawyer. He sent a message to Bawumia. Say blaming others does not equate accountability. This is to Bawumia. Then Dr. Pelgrave Boachi Dankwa, former government spokesperson on governance and security under Akufo-Addo administration, has launched a scathing attack on Dr. Bawumia, Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia, accusing him of seeking to absolve himself of responsibility for the New Patriotic Party defeat in December 7, 2024 general election. During his ongoing thank you tour, Dr. Bawumia identified several factors he believed contributed to the NPP's electoral loss, including arrogance in power, a rising cost of living, the refusal of reshuffle ministers, the unpopular electronic transfer levy, and the controversial haircut policy implemented during the IMF debt restructuring program. According to Dr. Bawumia, this development subjected many Ghanaians to harsh economic realities. However, Dr. Boachi Dankwa, in a strongly worded statement, dismissed Dr. Bawumia's explanation as a tactical maneuver to distance himself from the administration collective failure. That is from Belgrave to Dr. Bawumia.
Well, okay. It's a lesson to all political parties. If you are in government and the citizens are crying foul, or the citizens are crying that some of your policies are burdening them financially, creating more hardship, you should be a listening government, and you listening to the voices of the people, the very people who gave you the nod to come to power. Listen to them. So the NDC should take a clue from this.
Yes.
If you are in power now and you still want to follow the footsteps of the party you have defeated by leaving them with only 38%, then you might be left with 15% then to go to opposition.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. But there's a revelation that is coming from Manasseh Azuri concerning the Josport Group about some $200 million Ghana cedis. So it says that Ghana lost over 200 million Ghana cedis to Josport Group in sanitation deal. Let me just give you some details on that. So journalist Manasseh Azuri has revealed in a recent article that his investigation revealed that Ghana lost more than 200 million Ghana cedis in series of sanitation contracts awarded to companies under the Josport Group. And according to his detailed finding, the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development on 9th June 2015 requested the release of over 98 million Ghana cedis to implement a sanitation improvement program aimed at averting a cholera outbreak. However, a review of the contract suggests widespread irregularity